whatever storyline was going on.
I
have no idea.
I had no idea what the storyline was. Apparently,
Just try this one.
Lex Luger was going to double cross Sting. Sting was going to double cross Hogan. Hogan was going to double cross Sting.
Somehow
Bret
Hart was involved.
Bret Hart was involved somehow. Diamond Dallas Page was involved somehow. It made no sense. Apparently, in this entire match was like a nexus for the entire company. This match, unbelievably, they had like 150 people under contract. Apparently, in this match, 150 people double crossed each other. In the ring.
Pretty much.
You had one of the worst diamond cutters I've ever seen in my entire life, which
is sad because they're normally pretty good.
Which makes it a good diamond cutter because it was Hogan. He grabbed Hogan, Diamond Dallas Page grabbed Hogan, and Hogan kind of bent halfway down. Diamond Dallas Page fell and Hogan fell.
Why was DDP involved at all?
No idea. Oh, and did Canyon and Bam Bam run in or something? I'm sure somebody ran in.
Or was that in the Goldberg match?
That was in the Goldberg match. They ran in the Goldberg and hit him with a rock.
The last two matches just ran
shattered
together.
a stone over his head.
Something.
An actual stone, like a boulder.
But a lot of people run at the end of this match. Sting turns on Hogan. I don't know.
Now, did the match end with a pinfall? Or was it? It was 1, 2. I thought Hogan had a shoulder up.
No, he had him he had him in a scorpion deathlock thing, and the referee's like, "Oh, Hogan looks dead, but let's just double check." And grabbed his hand and kind of played with his hand for a few seconds, and then was like, "Oh, I guess it's over. I guess we have a new world champion."
I thought that the finish was very strange. It was Sting hit him with the baseball bat, kind of right, supposed to be in the back of the head. We're supposed to think Hogan's out cold. Sting puts him in the Scorpion Deathlock, and the referee just immediately goes to his hand and goes, "All right, 1, 2, well, he's out." It wasn't like, checking on him. It wasn't like, will you respond? And it was not a slow, give him a second to raise his arm. It was very fast.
Oh, when you're dead, you're dead.
Yeah.
How many times has someone raised their arm at that last whatever?
Well, Hogan obviously didn't. Hogan left it there because he was dead.
Yeah, that's it.
In this sense, yes, he was, and Sting became the new World Heavyweight
Champion. And do you remember who Sting lost the title to? I ain't got a clue.
Wait. Didn't he have a match with Bret? Not too long after that? With Bret Hart? And then
did they have a big match at Starrcade?
I believe it was. Was it at Starrcade? No, because Starrcade was Bret and Goldberg. I don't know.
I can see the cover.
somewhere.
Do you guys remember the cover of the box where two guys are hanging on each? It's Goldberg and Sting.
Yeah.
On the cover of the box.
That's Starrcade 99. But Bret and I believe Bret and Sting had a match, and there was some controversial.
The Piper thing.
Controversial thing, and that's why the title was vacated. And they had this big tournament at Mayhem.
And then ended with.
Bret and Benoit.
Okay.
And Bret won the title then.
Okay.
The world title.
The world title.
The WCW world title.
At some point, WCW at this point.
It was confusing as anything.
Yeah, WCW was confusing. It wasn't like the nadir of the WCW programming. That was, of course, late 2000, 2001. But it wasn't great. And
I think this era, these few months are actually kind of what I'll go to myself. What actually kind of shaped the ending of WCW. They started getting crazy and just desperate for ideas at this point. And I wasn't really. I was a big WCW fan. I was probably the biggest WCW fan here, at least of the later years. And I remember just being miserable, just trying to watch it. I didn't know what was going on then. I sure don't know what's going on now, trying to rewatch it. I think this was kind of like the beginning of the end of WCW.
You want final thoughts on the pay-per-view overall? Final thoughts.
It was very, very lackluster. I would still watch this pay-per-view over any WWE pay-per-view right now.
Any current WWE 2010
yeah,
pay-per-view?
any current WWE pay-per-view. At least there's stuff to laugh at and not pay attention to. And if you WWE programming right now is very boring, and at least this wasn't. At least you could say, why is Luger coming out? Why did he hit Goldberg with a rock? It's at least fun to watch.
Yeah.
And what was your favorite match probably of the entire night?
Just for historical value, was just being able to see Barry and Kendall win them again. Just for me, that was fun for me. Overall, the show, average at best, which is sad considering some of the talent you actually had on the card, on their roster at the time, what they could have done, should have done. Would WCW still be around today? Hopefully, maybe. But I don't know. It was just sad that it wasn't as good as it could have been.
As I may have said earlier, I did not follow WCW. I would turn it on if Raw was on commercial break because I just watched WWF back then. Going into this, I was excited because I'd never seen Fall Brawl '99, and I like watching old WCW pay-per-views because some of them are goofy. Sometimes you find a great match, a great storyline. This one, a lot of it was messy, it was goofy. 80% of it wasn't really that interesting. But overall, sadly, not the worst thing I've ever seen. It's at least kind of entertaining if you don't have much to do on a Sunday afternoon.
Personally, I wasn't too offended at the pay-per-view. It wasn't my favorite pay-per-view by any means, but I like WCW stuff. I like watching old WCW. That's like it was just lacking. I guess if we find maybe something from WCW like 96, 97, I'd be a little bit more excited. Overall, I think the best match of the night was probably Lenny Lane or whatever his name is. Lenny Lane? I don't know. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. I've known it all night and for the rest of my whole life, really. But him and Kaz Hayashi, I thought was just a great match. Nothing else really stood out. I liked the power bomb that Sid gave to Benoit just because I like that power bomb. But overall, maybe 5 out of 10, maybe a 50% rating.
All right, well, John, take us away. Where was WCW going after this?
Oh, WCW was going nowhere. Unfortunately, so 99, 2000, lost a bunch of money. 2001, in March
26th.
March 26th, with the very last episode of Nitro.
Yep.
And near the end, they were pretty much bottom of the barrel. I mean, they were barely filling arenas. Their last pay-per-view was
WCW agreed March 18th, 01 in Jacksonville. I don't know, maybe a 10,000 seat arena. There was probably barely 3,000 people there.
barely 3,000 people, and it went from the biggest wrestling company in the world at one time, end of '97 or end of '96, all the way up until '99. One of the biggest wrestling companies in the world, probably the biggest there will ever be, and somehow is gone. And I guess it happens.
And that's that. And this has been Kayfabe Breakdance, hosted by Kayfabe Breakdance, Michael, Josh, John, Justin. For all of us, keep on watching the oldies. Good night, everybody.